Hello, hello. Hello, good day, good day, good day. It's Charles Emmanuel, the one best-selling author of The Diamond in Your Closet and founder and CEO of Income and Impact Academy. You know, um, yesterday, I think it was on Saturday rather, I put out a very short post and I asked people to choose between two audiences, all right, or between two target markets who they would be serving if they were to sell iced water. And it was interesting how that turned out. Of course, as expected, some people said well they will serve or they will sell cold water to the laborer on the street, and some others said they will sell to the person in the office, the air conditioned office. Now, different people, of course, had different reasons for choosing whatever they chose. But the reason I actually asked that question was to point out two important things. And I call these two things the two characteristics of an ideal customer. The two characteristics of an ideal customer. These two things, if you can find them in your customer, then you have found an ideal customer. What are they? Number one, your customer is one that has a need. Your customer has got to be somebody who has a need. In other words, you don't want to be chasing after somebody who does not necessarily have a need for what you are offering. You don't want to be marketing to somebody. That's when you begin to sound salesy, when you're marketing to somebody who does not necessarily have a need for what you are offering. So you want to endeavor that you're reaching out to people who have a need and have demonstrated as much. You get it? For example, the young man on the street, the laborer on the street, obviously being under the sun, the scorching sun, he will be thirsty. You see, so when you present him with water, you are not selling, you are helping. That's the way it works. You are helping. You have seen a need that he has, and you are offering to help him solve his problem. And being a bona fide problem, the young man will begin to think of patronizing you. That's the way it works. So make sure that the audience or the customer you're targeting have a real need. There's got to be a pain point. Something has got to be making them uncomfortable. And your service or product should be the answer to ease off that discomfort. So if your product can ease off a discomfort, then you are on point. You've got a customer in there. However, there is another very important aspect to finding your customer, which the man in the office has. It is the willingness and the ability to pay. The willingness and the ability to pay. Now, let's get it straight. The reason we are in business is because we've got to make money. If making money is not part of what you plan to do, then you are not in business. It's something else. It can be a hobby, it can be an NGO, but definitely not a business. Now, your business is there to make money, but then that means you've got to be considering the willingness and ability of your customer to pay, or your audience to pay. Now, let's get back to our scenarios. Assuming that you found a need with the guy who's walking on the street, all right, but this guy does not have money to buy your water. You get it? You have found someone who has a need, but then he doesn't have money to buy your water. That means that he is not your ideal customer, irrespective of the fact that he has a need. Are you seeing it now? So yes, it qualifies on the first ground or one level, being the fact that he's got a need, but then he's not able to pay. Do not make the mistake of running a business around an audience that can't pay you. You and them will not like each other. You are all not going to be in good shape at all. All right. If it's a business, you're in for profit, and that means that you want to reach out to people who can pay. Okay, does it mean that those who can pay can't hire you or can't enjoy your services? No. That's the reason you should have what I call a suite of products. So you have a suite of products for different levels of people in your audience. There are some who will be comfortable with your entry level product. Let them stay there. And preferably, if your product is good enough at entry level, it will help them solve their problem to an extent where they are able to proceed to the next level. Now, note I use the word willingness and ability. Willingness and ability. And I did that deliberately. Sometimes people are willing to pay. They want to, but they don't have the money. Now, that doesn't make them an ideal audience. Except, of course, if the willingness is strong enough to make them want to do whatever it will take to raise the funds to pay. For Christ's sake, if it's a need they really need to solve, they would find a way to solve it. Have you ever seen somebody walk into a dentist's office? Now, he's got a bad tooth and he needs help. The thing is so painful and he feels like just get this thing out. And then he gets into the dentist's office and the dentist says, well, it's going to cost you XYZ amount of naira to fix this or XYZ amount of dollars to fix this. And then the guy said, really, only want it? Don't worry, I'm not doing it again. Now, that means he's not in pain. If he's in real pain, he might not have enough time to negotiate. It's like, take my money and get this thing out. I need some peace here. Now, that's the kind of customer you're looking for. Someone who is in pain that is painful enough for him to want to part with something to get the solution. But ideally, you want to make sure that your product or service is one that works and delivers that solution. So one, you want your audience to have a need. Don't go to people who don't have a need or who are not even aware they have a need. That's a bad market. All right? They have a need. Secondly, they also have the willingness to pay. Now, what that means is if you can get these two in one person, you are in the right place. You're in safe hands. Now, the sweet spot is when you have both need and ability to pay intercepting. The interception between the need of your market and their ability to pay is where you want to be. All right? That's exactly where you want to be. So, here's what I want you to do right now. First, I'd like you to access the market you are currently serving, those you are currently helping and improving their lives and all that. Does your current target have a need that they are looking to solve? Does your current target have a need that they are looking to solve? Now, certain people have a need, but they are not keen about solving it. You get it? Now, if you're targeting a market that supposedly has a need, but they are not keen about solving it, you really haven't found your market yet. So, find a market that's got a need that they are willing to solve. Secondly, is that need that your audience have backed up by a willingness and an ability to pay for the solution? Is the need backed up by a willingness and an ability to pay for the solution? If the need is backed up by willingness and ability to pay, you're in big money. All right? And the advantage of having this audience or this ideal customer dialed in is that your marketing would almost be automatic. You do almost no work selling to them. As a matter of fact, they will be telling you, shut up and take my money. All right? So do that and let me know in the comment section whether your current market have got a need and an ability to pay. Bye-bye.